Washington Irving, Summary of Rip Van Winkle. Washington Irving, Summary of Rip Van Winkle, Summary of the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Hello and welcome to the discourse. We are discussing early American literature. We have already covered the works of Melville, Cooper, Hawthorne, Poe, Emerson, Thoreau, and others. Today we will discuss the works of Washington Irving, who gained fame and reputation as the father of American literature because he was the first American writer who made his living purely through his writings. He invented new ways to popularize his works, and he was the first American writer who was recognized and acclaimed by the English literary establishment in Europe. Washington Irving was born on 3rd of April 1783 in New York City. He was not at all comfortable with the democratic developments in America, and he mentioned democracy as mobocracy. He used three major pseudonyms for his publications. The first one was Jonathan Oldstyle. He wrote Letters of Jonathan Oldstyle, Gent, which were published in 1802. It was a series of mocking satirical letters in which Irving ridiculed the modern trends, fashion, marital ceremonies, local American theaters, and literary critics. The last letter was published in 1803, in which Irving criticized the practice of dueling in America, which was recently outlawed in New York. Irving noted that the practice of dueling with pistol is unceremonious, and it would be better to draw lots and decide who gets to have a brick dropped on his head from a window. If the man survives, he wins. If he fails, nobody will be blamed, as it will be pure accident. While Irving used Oldstyle as pseudonym, almost everyone knew who Jonathan Oldstyle was, even when these letters were published, and people admired both Irving and Jonathan Oldstyle. He was a satirist, and in 1807, Irving published a satirical periodical titled Salmagundi, in which he often lampooned politicians and culture of New York City in an interesting manner. The periodical was discontinued in 1808. In 1809, Irving styled a new pseudonym, Diedrich Knickerbocker, and wrote a satirical book titled History of New York from the Beginning of the World to the End of the Dutch Dynasty by Diedrich Knickerbocker. The book is also known as Diedrich Knickerbocker's History of New York. Despite the fact that Irving researched a lot for this book, it has nothing to do with actual history. Rather, Irving used historical facts and personalities to lampoon the events of New York. The book became very popular partly because of the false fiction behind Diedrich Knickerbocker, as Irving spread a rumor about this pseudonym to be an actual living Dutch historian who went missing since few months. In 1819, Irving published his most famous book, The Sketchbook of Geoffrey Crayon, Gent, which contained 34 stories and essays. The short stories included Roscoe, The Broken Heart, The Art of Bookmaking, A Royal Poet, The Spectre of Bridegroom, Westminster Abbey, Little Britain, and John Bull. All these stories were attributed to his new pen name Geoffrey Crayon. However, two other stories, Rip Van Winkle and The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, were attributed to his earlier pseudonym Diedrich Knickerbocker. Both these stories became very popular, and they are yet considered good stories for kids. Irving got huge recognition and success with this book. His pseudonym Diedrich Knickerbocker became such a craze that it became a nickname for residents of Manhattan and was adopted by a professional basketball team, New York Knickerbockers, in 1946. Rip Van Winkle. This story tells about a man who slept when America was still a British dominion, but when he got awake, America had attained independence. The story begins before American Revolutionary War in a village near the Catskill Mountains of New York. Rip Van Winkle was a Dutch American who used to live in that village. One day, he argues with his wife, and to avoid being nagged by her, he escapes to the forest along with his dog. In the forest, someone calls his name, and when he sees in the direction, he observes a man dressed in old Dutch clothing. That strange man asks help from Rip Van Winkle in carrying a heavy barrel up to the mountains. Suddenly, Rip Van Winkle hears a loud, thunderous sound. In the mountains, they reach a hollow along with the dog, where some strange looking men were playing nine pins. He realizes that their game is the source of that loud, thunderous sound. Rip Van Winkle doesn't interact with them, nor he asks who they are, but he silently observes their game. Soon all of them start drinking wine from the barrel. Rip Van Winkle also takes some wine from the same barrel and drinks it. Soon he falls asleep. When Rip Van Winkle wakes up, he observes stark changes in his surroundings. His beard is very long and white. His musket of water is rotten dry and rusty, and the dog is missing. He comes out of the hollow and walks down towards the village. In the village, it was a polling day. Some man asked Rip Van Winkle whom he voted. Winkle had never voted in his life, so he says he didn't vote, and rather he claims that he is a faithful of King George III. He is unaware of the American Revolution, which happened while he was sleeping. The man starts arguing with him, but an old lady recognizes him and tells people that he is the long lost Rip Van Winkle, who went missing 20 years ago. Rip Van Winkle then comes to know that his wife is dead now, and his son is the new young Rip Van Winkle. He then realizes that King George III sign on the inn's board that used to be has been changed by a portrait of George Washington. He learns that the men he saw in the mountains were rumored to be the ghosts of Henry Hudson's crew. His daughter, who is now grown up, takes him back to his home and he resumes his life again. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. This story was the longest of the sketchbook of Geoffrey Crayon, and it was also attributed to Dadridge Knickerbockers. The story is about Ichabod Crane, a superstitious schoolmaster from Connecticut who is posted at Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow is a place near the Dutch settlement of Tarrytown in New York. This place is known for its spectre-like atmosphere that appears to be haunted. Ichabod Crane wanted to marry an 18-year-old beautiful girl, Katerina, who was the daughter of a wealthy farmer, Balthus Van Tassel. However, there were other three men too trying to win her hand in marriage, and the major competition for Ichabod Crane was from Abraham Van Brunt, nicknamed Brom Bones, who is a local town rowdy. Both of them wants to marry Katerina in order to gain share in the property of Balthus Van Tassel. Brom Bones tries to intimidate Ichabod, but the school teacher resists him strongly. Then Brom Bones tries many pranks to make him run away, but he fails. One day, Ichabod goes to attend a party at Van Tassel's home. In the party, Brom Bones continues to tell ghostly stories to threaten Ichabod. But Ichabod listens to the stories and makes fun of them. He decides to propose Katerina and asks for his hand after the party. However, Brom Bones plays some tricks and he fails to secure his marriage with Katerina. At night, when Ichabod returns to his home at Sleepy Hollow on his horse, named Gunpowder, he realizes that one other horseman is following him. He observes that the other horse is black and the man riding that horse is wearing a black cloak. When he tries to see his face, Ichabod realizes that the horse rider had no face, rather he was headless, and then he sees his head not on his shoulder, but it was knotted on the saddle of his black horse. Frightened, Ichabod makes his horse Gunpowder to run as fast as possible. Ichabod tries to cross the bridge that breaks the haunted boundary of the jungle of Sleepy Hollow. However, while he succeeds in crossing the bridge with the help of a long jump by Gunpowder, the headless horse rider throws his head towards Ichabod and it strikes right on the head of Ichabod. Ichabod falls from the horse because of that strike and then he vanishes. Next day, Ichabod had mysteriously disappeared and Katerina decides to marry Brom Bones. Washington Irving then published another short story collection in the year 1824 by the title Tales of a Traveller under the same pseudonym Geoffrey Crayon, and it again proved to be a success. The most popular story of Tales of a Traveller was The Devil and Tom Walker, which was based on the German folk story of Faust. It was the same folk story that Christopher Marlowe used to write his well-known play Dr. Faustus during the Elizabethan era. We have covered the detailed summary of Dr. Faustus earlier. Washington Irving was the first American writer who got fame and success in Europe and was admired by the European contemporary writers too. In fact, he became the love interest of Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley, the author of Frankenstein or the modern Prometheus. However, Irving never responded to Mary's proposal and never got attached with her romantically. Irving not only wrote short stories, he also wrote biographies of George Washington, Oliver Goldsmith, and Muhammad. So this was all about Washington Irving. We will continue to